500 years ago, a man sat in exile, broke, stripped of political power, with no army and no title, and wrote the book that kings, presidents, and the most feared leaders in history would go on to read in secret. That man was Niccolò Machiavelli. That book was The Prince. Today I'm not going to bore you with history class. I'm going to show you the 7 laws of power that Machiavelli discovered, and that apply exactly the same way today, at your job, in your relationships, in how the world sees you. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. While you're busy trying to be liked by everyone, other men are quietly applying these laws, and that's exactly why they're the ones ending up in charge. Stay until the end, because law number 7 is the one that good men struggle to accept the most, and it's the one that separates the men who lead from the men who obey. Before we start, I want to be clear with you. This is not an invitation to be cruel or to hurt anyone. This is about understanding how power actually works. Not the version they taught you in school, not the version Disney sold you. Machiavelli didn't invent the brutality of power. He was simply the first man brave enough to describe it without the sugarcoating. And that brutal honesty is exactly what you need today, in a world where everyone sells you pretty, fake versions of how to be a good leader or a good man, while the people who actually hold power are playing by a completely different rulebook. Let's get into law number 1. Law 1, it is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both. This is the most famous and most misunderstood line in Machiavelli's entire body of work. People think this means be cruel. It doesn't. It means something far deeper. Love is fickle. Love depends on the other person, on their mood, on whatever's most convenient for them in the moment. Today they love you. Tomorrow they drop you because something more convenient came along. Respect based on fear, not physical fear, but respect for your boundaries, your word, and the consequences of crossing you, is far more stable. Think about the man who says yes to everything, who never sets a boundary, who's always available to please. At first he looks kind. Over time, he stops being respected. People start taking his time, his energy, his loyalty for granted. Now think about the man with clear boundaries. He doesn't need to yell or threaten, but everyone knows that betraying him has consequences. That man might not be loved by everyone, but he's respected by everyone, and respect outlasts surface-level affection. The real application here: stop trading your dignity for approval. Law 2, never show your full hand. Machiavelli taught that an effective leader never reveals his complete plans to anyone, because every person who knows your next move gains power over you. This doesn't mean constant lying. It means understanding that information is power, and giving away your information, your plans, your insecurities, your next steps, without necessity is giving away power. How many times have you told someone your entire plan, your dream, your next move, only to have that person use it to get ahead of you, sabotage it, or judge you before you even had a chance to make it happen? Men who build empires, in business, in relationships, in reputation, learn to talk less and act more. They let results speak. They don't need to announce every step. Next time you feel the urge to tell the whole world what you're planning, ask yourself, does this give me power, or am I giving it away to someone else? Law 3. Appearance matters more than we admit. Machiavelli was brutally honest about this. People judge by what they see, not by who you really are. Few people have the patience or the closeness to know your true essence. Most only see your outward behavior. This means how you present yourself, your posture, your speech, how you dress, how you handle a crisis in front of others, builds your reputation far faster than your true intentions ever will. This isn't about being fake. It's about understanding that the world doesn't have time to know your soul. It's going to judge you by how you walk into a room, how you respond under pressure, how you treat the person serving your coffee. A man who controls his image without lying about who he is, but being intentional about what he projects, has a massive advantage over the man who just is who he is and expects the world to figure him out. Law 4, fortune favors the bold. Machiavelli compared fortune to a river that floods. When the storm hits, the people who didn't prepare get swept away. But the man who built the dams, who anticipated it, who acted boldly when others hesitated, survives and thrives. He literally said fortune is like a woman who favors bold young men over cautious ones, because boldness overpowers her. Today this translates into something simple. Opportunities don't wait for you to feel ready. The man who acts decisively, even while afraid, takes what the indecisive man leaves on the table. How many times have you let an opportunity slip by? In business, in a conversation, in a major decision, because you were waiting for the perfect moment that never came? Calculated boldness, not reckless stupidity, is what separates the men who build something from the men who just watch others build it. Law 5. Keep your allies close, but never depend on them completely. One of the biggest mistakes Machiavelli identified in the leaders of his time was relying on outside forces, mercenary armies, fragile alliances, to hold their power together. His lesson: build your own strength. Alliances are useful, but temporary. The only solid foundation is your own capability, your own judgment, your own inner strength. In your life, this means have friends, have a partner, have business partners, but never build your identity or your emotional stability entirely on another person. Because the day that person leaves, and someday, one way or another, everyone does, you're left with nothing if you depended on them completely. The strong man has deep relationships, but his center of gravity stays within himself. Law 6. Major change requires patience and the right timing. Machiavelli warned that not everything can be won through immediate force. Sometimes power is built slowly, waiting for the exact right moment to strike, without wasting energy on battles you can't win yet. This contradicts the instant gratification culture we live in. We want results now, but the men who actually build something lasting, a reputation, a business, a position of respect, understand there's a time to wait and a time to attack. Strategic patience isn't weakness. It's the difference between the man who explodes at the wrong moment and loses everything, and the man who waits for the right moment and wins everything. Law 7. Real power comes from not needing approval, and here's the law that's hardest for good men to accept. Men race to please, to be correct, to seek validation from everyone around them. Machiavelli understood that a leader who desperately needs everyone's approval ends up controlled by everyone. Every person you need approval from has a string tied to you, and they can pull it whenever they want. The man who no longer needs to be approved of, who acts according to his own principles, who makes hard decisions even when they're unpopular, who can disappoint someone without falling apart, is the man who actually has power over his own life. This isn't arrogance, it's freedom. And that freedom is exactly what separated the men Machiavelli studied, the ones who ruled empires, from the ones who simply survived inside them. These 7 laws aren't ancient theory. They're the exact blueprint that men with real power, in business, in relationships, in their personal lives, are still using today, even if no one says it out loud. The question now is, are you going to keep playing by the rules they taught you to keep you manageable, or are you going to start playing by the rules that actually build power? If you want to go deeper into this, I put together a completely free guide where I break down exactly how to apply these principles of dominance and emotional control in your daily life, at work, in your relationships, in how people perceive you. The link is in the description of this video. It takes 5 minutes to read, and it can completely change how you move through the world starting today. If this video opened your eyes, hit like, drop a comment telling me which of these 7 laws hit hardest for you, share it with a man who needs to hear this, and subscribe, because every week we break down another law of power that nobody else is going to explain to you this clearly. See you in the next one.